Hi, I'm Jan Mel Maltby. I'm the head of recruitment for Saint-Gobain in the UK, and I'm the HR BP for digital and IT.
Hi, I'm Mux Karim. I'm an internal recruitment partner for Saint-Gobain UK and Ireland. I look after IT, digital, and also some engineering.
Hi, my name's Fiona Townsend. I'm also an internal recruitment partner, and I look after professional services and central functions.
So once your vacancy gets approved in PeopleSoft, we get an automatic email through to our recruitment inbox that will tell us that that role's now approved, which means that you don't have to come to us and ask for support. We're there ready and waiting, and we proactively come to you as the manager to get the process started. So the team will then pick up the vacancy that is within their alignment. So you're typically working with the same person each time you recruit, and we'll then start working on the vacancy. So the first step within that is that before we have a briefing call with you, we'll go out to market by looking at your job description and try and find some suitable profiles that we can discuss with you when we ultimately do the briefing. And then, of course, we call you, we'll book that briefing in, and we'll spend some time with you to truly understand exactly what it is you're looking for in this role. So the briefing call that we book with you is likely to be for up to about an hour, and it's really important that we spend that time to dig into exactly what you're looking for with this new hire. So we're going to look at the character traits, the type of person that you need, the skills that you're looking for, the type of work they're going to be doing, so we can dig as deep as possible so that we truly understand that role. So when we're speaking to candidates, we can do that role justice and we can sell that role to candidates when we talk to them. It's really important you commit this time with us, as sometimes managers might think, well, it's all in the job description. I've said this on PeopleSoft already, but you're the expert and you'll truly be able to bring that role to life for us.
Once the briefing is completed, I then use the job briefing that I would have done with the hiring manager to create a job advert. So I really put in there why candidates should be attracted to this role. Usually the advert is written on a Word document, and then it's sent to the hiring manager to actually proofread it, just to make sure that they're actually happy with the advert going out, and then get that posted out to Saint-Gobain internal, external websites, LinkedIn, and other job boards that we have available. But the job advert bit is actually the easiest part, because once that's actually done, what I do is I go out to market and proactively source candidates. And what I mean by that is I create a Boolean search based on the discussion I would have had with the hiring manager, create some projects on LinkedIn, and send messages out and proactively call candidates and discuss the opportunities with them.
So once we've went to market and looked for suitable candidates and we've had applications coming in, it's our chance to really assess the talent that is that's available. So we do this in a similar way to the briefing call. We book some time with the candidate and really take the opportunity to delve into exactly what they're looking for. So rather than just sort of selling the role, we look at their key criteria, what they're looking for, their motivations, what their career aspirations are, etc., and really see whether that aligns to the brief that you've given us. So we're not putting a round peg into a square hole. Once we've created a shortlist, and this could be different for each role depending on how many candidates there are in the market for the specific vacancy, we will then create a shortlist and come back to you with exactly why we are presenting the candidates that we are to you.
So during the briefing, you would have told us all about what the interview process was going to be for this role. And now that we've presented you with some fantastic candidates that you want to interview, we'll speak to those candidates and give them some prep. Let them know what the process is going to look like, what they should be prepared for, and give them a little bit of advice about how to conduct themselves in an interview as well, so that they can perform at their very best. We'll book in the date with the candidate. We'll let them know where they need to go, what to expect, and what the process will look like. What you need to focus on then is preparing for that interview, making sure we've got meaningful questions to ask the candidate so we can assess for the very best person for that role. And it's your opportunity to sell the job to the candidate as well. Show them why they'd want to come and work for you and for Saint-Gobain. So really, it's really important that you put time and effort into making sure that that's a really valuable day for them as much as it is for you. During the interview, it's really important that you take a right to work check from a candidate. Before we ultimately are able to offer a candidate to start with us, we have to be sure that they have the right to work in the UK. It's a requirement that we have by law to do this. So there's an app that we ask you to use called Right Check. Right Check allows you to simply scan the candidate's passport, take a picture of them, put some basic details in, and that will capture all the information that we need in order to progress them to offer should we reach that stage with them.
Once the interviews have been done, we ask hiring managers to provide feedback. But what we also do is we actually speak to the candidates who have attended the interview and get their feedback as well, just to kind of understand if they were all okay, if they have any reservations, and then, if there are any reservations whatsoever, we can nip them in the bud.
So, of course, then we're likely to have a candidate that you want to offer as well. So we'll manage that process with the candidate because we've built up a great rapport with them throughout the recruitment journey they've had with us. And acting as a bit of a conduit between the candidate and yourself as the manager, we're able to handle any objections they might have, where they might be a bit uncertain about the offer that we've put on the table, and really sell the benefits to them. So we'll have those conversations with them, make sure that it's going to match up for what they're looking for, that it's realistic, and that they're happy. And of course, once we've got acceptance from the candidate, we'll be able to let you know and take all the details we need from the candidate to get them into PeopleSoft so that you can go through to the next step of hiring. So I think the last thing we're covering is hints and tips for managers. Anything that you'd want to share or give your experience or advice on?
I would say really making sure that you've got the time allocated to the recruitment process. So taking the time to do the brief is probably going to be the best success factor in terms of the outcome. So making sure that you allocate that time and you've got got all of the information that we're going to need to be actually able to go out to market and see the candidates. Yeah.
I think so as well. And also, just to carry on with what you've said, the briefing part is really important. But I also think the communication throughout the process as well. Yeah. Because once a CV has been submitted, that candidate is waiting for feedback. Yeah. So it's really important that we go back to that candidate with feedback, whether we're going to progress them to interview or whether they're rejected because they might have other opportunities that are being missed out on because we've delayed the process. Yeah. So it's getting that commitment. And, I understand that all hiring managers are busy and they've got their day-to-day jobs, but, as recruitment, we're also busy as well. And we have multiple roles that we have to work with. So if we just work together and partner together as partners rather than it's the recruitment team and the hiring managers, I think that would really help.
I think that makes a lot of sense. And actually, if you think about it, it's not just the candidate journey and their experience. When, as you say, they've got other offers on the table, we could lose them. Yeah. So it's a competitive market in many cases. But actually, if we've submitted a candidate and we're still out speaking to other candidates in the market and it turns out they're not right, they're not suitable, we might have another 3 of them lined up by the time we get feedback if it takes too long. Yeah. So the sooner we get feedback, the sooner we can be out there making sure that if we need to adjust our approach, we've adjusted it and we're looking for the right people, I think, as well. Yeah. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video today. We hope it's given you a little bit of insight into the recruitment process. Of course, if you've ever got any questions, please speak to either your local HR partner or, of course, any of us within the recruitment team, and we'll be happy to talk you through what to expect. But the next time you have a vacancy, of course, just remember, we'll contact you and we'll talk you through the process all again, and we look forward to working with you.